Welcome to all of you. We're so glad you're here. It's been a bit of a journey for us this year, and we're excited to jump into the 2020-21 school year. As many of you know, this will be a new program for us in the sense of we've added some additional supports and really have expanded on this option to support some of our families who've expressed this need. So before going into the details with regards to the program and some nuts and bolts today, I'd like to introduce you to a few team members who will be supporting you throughout this year, in addition to your teachers and of course your site administrators at your home schools. So with that, I'll start with Ms. Tom, who will tell us a little about her, and then we will have Shamila to introduce herself as well. Again, I am Tasha Dean. I am the Assistant Superintendent of Student Services in Sunnyvale, and will be providing the district level support with regards to the program for the Independent Study Program.
Hi, I'm Kara Tam. I'm an induction mentor and instructional coach for the district. So I will be supporting independent study teachers this year in the creation of our new program.
Hi, I'm Sharmila Belmurugan. I am the Student Services Technician here at the district office. I will be supporting the Independent Study Program.
We have a bit of construction going on around us, so you may hear a few sounds. That'll be gone shortly. I apologize for that. And so with that, we're going to go ahead and begin our presentation. Okay. So the purpose of today's meeting is just to kind of be sure that we're all clear with regards to the Independent Study Program. Some of this information is information that we've shared with you previously. So some of it will be a reminder to some of you and potentially new to others, but it is foundational information that we want to reiterate. And then we'll also share some additional information just to kind of help you to support you in understanding the program with more intentionality. These will be the highlighted areas that we will target today. We'll talk a little bit about what is it again, look at attendance, how that's going to happen for students, the roles and responsibilities of the students, the parents, and of course the teacher. We will take a few moments to talk about the master agreement and then the assignment sheet, and your teachers will talk more about that when they meet with you shortly after this session. We'll go into detail a little bit more about curriculum and how that's going to look and feel. And looks like we have a duplication there. I'm not sure what happened there, but we'll proceed from here. So independent study. I always start with this slide because it's really important. This is a voluntary program, so it's not a program that can be required for a student. Students have some skills to be able to work alone. And I just want to reiterate, because I know many of you have asked about, well, what about really young children, and why are you having them get online and things of that nature? We are cognizant of the developmental needs of some of our students, and so there will be a balance. And so we understand a lot of that balance will be coming from you as parents who will be supporting their instruction. But there are levels of commitment, even at that young level. You have to stay on track with the work that's being assigned. We're not requiring exactly when work needs to be done, but there is a pacing that your teachers will be giving you and providing you direction with so that students can be successful. And it is important, you know, no matter whether you live in one room or a very large home, it doesn't really matter. What important is that the space is dedicated, that we have realized we have learning space within our space that we live in, and that's really important to help the students be successful, but also to support you as parents with supporting students in their work. Some critical comments we want to share is that it's not an alternative to classroom instruction, but it's a way for us to individualize the needs, schedules, but our goal is to continue providing the same level of support that you would if you were in the classroom with our virtual learning programs. It's just our approach and our delivery will be what the distinction is. A critical part of this is all teachers, students, and parents must sign and date forms prior to beginning. So that's why the first part of our journey this year is to get that master contract signed today. And we have sent that out to you already as an opportunity for you to take a look prior to meeting with your teachers. So that's really important. That's a requirement from the state, and that allows the independent study to be official from the lens of the state of California. Teachers will also be evaluating not only the quality, but also the quantity of the work. And the reason the quantity is there is because the work is assigned in order to ensure that we are meeting the instructional minutes as if a student was in the classroom. That's another requirement from the state. So we want to be sure that that's there. And then the other thing that we do, as we do in any of our programs, is we're constantly evaluating, checking in, seeing how things are going. And no different than this program. We want to be sure that students are doing well. And if we sense some concerns, we want to begin to talk about some changes, some updates, and things of that nature. So as we look to the school year and we see some challenges, we want to cut those off as soon as possible. You'll see here we have 30 days. And the idea is that it takes about 30 days to learn or get any system in place. And so we want to give students and families an opportunity to see where they are, how things are going, and be a fair display of how the student is doing in this program. Students are signing the contract as well. Even our little kinders, you can put an X in a box or fingerprint or whatever it is. We're just trying to get them engaged into the learning and being a part of that. And we realize they will be at different levels, but it's still important to get them engaged into the learning. When you meet with your teachers weekly, it will be important for parents and students to understand what has been assigned, so there's clarity for the week for the lessons. And then it's important, of course, that the work is completed by the time you return and meet with your teacher again. So these are real critical importance steps for our students. Parents, of course, a big part is to ensure and support, especially for our younger students, that they actually make the appointment with their teacher and are prepared to review the previous week's assignments if there were some questions, but also be prepared to get what the new week's assignments will be. It's really important that at those meetings, everything has been submitted and turned in prior to the meeting. That will allow you to get the full attendance that you need. But just like our other programs, if for some reason a student has been really sick or ill during the week, you would want to notify your teacher to let them know that so that they can make a note of that and be prepared and know that either work will be delayed because you were ill or couldn't do it, but having those conversations with your teacher so they'll know how to reflect your attendance for the week. And then the teacher. It's really important, I want to clarify, a teacher is always a teacher, providing instruction, wanting students to do well, absolutely. But the really big distinction I want to emphasize here is because a teacher may have multiple grade levels and subjects that they're providing instruction in. And so they are the facilitator of the learning. They are designing weekly learning plans for students so that they can stay on track and be successful. But they are not necessarily providing the instruction. They are guiding that work and working with students and parents to ensure that the learning happens. So that is the huge distinction here that's happening at the home. For some of our students, you may have more than one teacher. That may be a student who's in special education. So in those situations, that teacher will be coordinating with the independent study teacher and potentially providing some additional supports to you if you are a student with special needs. That would also apply to potentially a student who has a 504 plan, just for clarity there. In addition to that, your work that's being turned in, again, I talked about this a bit, the teacher will be grading the quality of that work. So regardless of how much work you do, the work will be graded. But of course, we're looking for the completion and of course, the quality of that work to keep students on schedule. I want to take just a few moments here because some of you had expressed some concerns with regards to the platform that was being used. We chose this platform because all parents and students are at different places. And so we recognize we want to be sure that we're giving them the standard content instruction for both parents and students to see and be a part of. We're not expecting students to be on the computer all day. I know some of you had raised that question, but our goal is that they do have some access. This is about organizing. This is about accessing technology. This is about integrating technology. So there's a lot of different reasons that we've chosen this platform. It's also a tool, if you will, a digital tool to store and provide the information that students are working on. So even if a student was doing a task that actually was not done in the system, they still will need to upload that and send it over so we can practice our social distancing and also timeliness of when the completion of assignments are done so that it can be when and at a time that's appropriate for students and families. The other reason that we've chosen this program is it will allow us to provide the core areas all the way up through high school, but of course we don't have high school, but we wanted there to be that continuum so that we can ensure that students are getting the content here from an instructional standpoint, and even with the supplemental lessons and offerings that our teachers will be providing. So the program, as I indicated with the Acellus, we're using this platform to support our teachers and our learners and our parents. We are expecting students to go into the system each day. For that, I just want to take a moment to emphasize. One, it's like getting ready for your day. You go in, you log in, what am I going to do today? Oh, that's my schedule. For our younger learners, parents, it's a good reminder to you, oh, what are the things we're focusing on today? So as you plan your work with students. So that's one purpose. The other, there may be just a starter activity a teacher wants you to do, something just to kind of get your brain going, get you in the mode for learning for the day based upon what your schedules are. Keep in mind, as I say, the beginning of the day, we're not saying you have to log in at 8:30 every day. We will in a moment show some sample schedules, but the whole purpose for that is whatever your day is going to be, the start of it. You should start that start of the day with this after you've finished your morning routine, for example. You will have classes in all the core areas, English language arts, math, science, social science if appropriate, and of course, physical education. And that would be for all of our learners. And then we will continue with the instructional minutes. So as teachers are assigning the schoolwork, they will be cognizant of the instructional minutes just as we are in virtual and when we're on site. And then just to reiterate again, work is basically, attendance is tied to the work that's being completed. And so that's very important distinction here. I'm going to pause just there. I saw a few hands raised and things like that. Should I pause here, Sharmila, or can we proceed?
We do have a few hands raised, Tasha. Do you want me to let them ask questions?
If it's better now, we can do those now. But if not, I'll go through the presentation and then answer questions at that time. Is that okay for everyone?
Yeah, we can continue.
Very good. Yeah. So I will go finish up the presentation and I will attempt to address any specific questions you have before turning you over. Okay, so that kind of leads us into the learning. It says accelerate learning. What we're basically focusing here is we want to be sure that where students are, we're guiding them to get there. So the teachers, as I talked about, are facilitating that learning. So they want to know where the students are, and they're be providing weekly lessons that align with that learning and with that need for students. What I really want to emphasize is that we will be following the content that students need to learn, but some of the learners will need things in a little bit different way, approach to that work, and so that's where our teachers will be designing their learning plans with that in mind. We also will prioritize what students need to learn to reach this goal, so some students, just enjoy certain subjects more than other subjects, just like in our classroom. So we will be differentiating that learning and that learners are. And then, of course, identifying what's most important. So we will be using district level assessments, just as we're using in our virtual learning. And we also might be utilizing some of the, what we call pre-assessments within the Acellus that will kind of give the student a sense, oh, what am I learning today? This would also be an indicator to the teacher kind of where students are performing. So we have a variety of ways that we will be monitoring and checking in with students. Service delivery, as I talked about, some of our students who are in special education, that may require some individualized, unique schedules to be incorporated. So if there is a speech teacher or something that you're needing, we will facilitate integrating that into your individualized learning plan as well. Some of our English learners might need some additional ELD supports. So where applicable and appropriate, that will be integrated into students' weekly plans. And then advanced learning, just as we do in our classrooms, we have kind of an outcome for all of our students. Some students might need a little extra push or just are very interested in a particular subject, whatever the case might be. And so we want to provide those learning opportunities for students in this learning environment, just as we would during the school year. How is all this going to happen? We will do our very best to be sure that instruction and learning plans are culturally responsive and standard aligned. The curriculum will be culturally and linguistically responsive, so being cognizant of where students are, again, and what those needs are. And as we've stressed in our district and ongoing, and will continue to do so, the social-emotional learning will be embedded throughout the weekly learning. How do we plan to do all of this? We will continue the instructional teaching expectations you have known for us here in Sunnyvale. That will be in place. We will continue to have review of data. So one of the things that Acellus also does, which is why we are have chosen this program, is it will provide some ongoing feedback to the teacher on how students are actually performing on some of the tasks that they've requested them to do. So that's a way for the teacher to be getting input in addition to what the student and or the parent may be providing the teacher. So that will be a way to inform the teacher to support them in their weekly assignments to students. It's also another way to provide consistent feedback to students. So whether you want to ask a question, a student to their parent, they may or may not be available in that moment, or getting to a teacher to send a message out. But if they're doing activities within the system, they will get some feedback as to how they have responded on particular items. And then, of course, lastly, just trying to provide very clear expectations where we can. And I want to emphasize how much we appreciate the flexibility all of you have afforded us, and we ask that you continue to afford us that flexibility as we roll out this new program and support our teachers and really try to get things in place so that it is the best learning opportunity we possibly can make it for each and every one of you. Okay, looks like I got a lot. Okay. Technology, want to emphasize that here. I know some of you have picked up your devices and some of you may not have. So when you meet with your teachers, or if you need to reach out to us, please do so. But our goal will be that you get those items if you have not gotten them and you need them. Again, like we have reached out to in the past, if you need internet access and you do need support with that, once again, please let us know. And then also we have had earlier, I think it was last week or so, we had some support for families on just kind of supporting them with just technology in general. There are some tutorials within the Acellus to help with this program. So we will be asking you to take part in those to learn more about the system. But do know that if for some reason you are, you have questions, we are here to support you with that as well. And then lastly, social, emotional, mental health. It's very important for you as parents. It's very important for our students. We take this very serious in Sunnyvale. Won't be any different within this independent study program. If you see students getting frustrated, or you're getting frustrated and maybe a little bit confused on how to best support your students at home, please reach out to us and let us know so we can, within the weekly session with teachers, maybe talk about some of these things. Or if you need to reach out to me or to Cara or to Sharmila, we can reach out to our social workers if additional supports are needed. So we just want you to know that the social, emotional, and mental health is very important to us in the district, and we will continue to provide those support to our students who are engaged in the independent study program. I see that Ms. Allman has joined us, so this might be a good point if she would like to say anything. She's been instrumental in working with enrollment and human resources to be sure that we have the additional we need within this program. Ms. Allman, would you like to share anything at this time?
No, just I'd like to thank everyone for their patience as we signed you up and rolled this out. So thank you.
Great. So with that, I'm going to pause for just a few moments because I went over just a few minutes, but I want to take any critical questions, Ms. Jamila, that we need to take at this time, and then we will begin to transition our families over to the teachers.
So for the attendees who have their hands raised, I'm going to let them talk. First, we have Christine Coraland. You can unmute yourself and talk.
Hi. Basically, I'd like to understand a little bit where we're going, because today we expected to have a meeting that would not be so much about what independent study is, because we felt we've already heard all that, but more about when the students are getting started, what the timeline is, when they're going to know who their teacher is, and when to start connecting with their teacher. In other words, everything that the virtual school students have already received, to get that and get a clear sense of the timeline from now, between now and at least, you know, when school starts, and what it's going to look like in the first few days. Our daughter is like so eager to start, and today she was expecting to get that, and she feels it's like a repeat of the last time. So can you give us a little more of a sense of when that's coming and how that's going to happen, please?
Absolutely. When you transition from here, you're transitioning to your teacher, and you will be meeting and greeting with them, with one exception potential in this time. I don't know if Ms. Monique will be here, but all the teachers, when you leave this session, you will be going to meet your teacher, talk about how things are going to go, get your contract signed, and so that they can get you going with your weekly schedules and begin moving forward. So that follows this meeting. We just wanted to be sure everyone was grounded and had all the information.
Okay, thank you very much. So just immediately following this part of the meeting,
yes,
we stay connected, and how does that happen?
Did you receive your invite from your teacher?
When would that have been sent? Because as of yesterday evening, no, or as of this morning, not that I know of.
Okay, so if there's a quick way we can we'll get your information down and be sure you're connected. it to,
Is it okay? I received something at 1:02 and I was not in front of the computer then. So it seems that that's the teacher, from the teacher who's been assigned to our student. So
okay,
I guess
so yes.
I just got it like at 9 o'clock. Okay.
Okay, so sorry, yes, but
So we go
yeah,
from
follow
there,
that.
and apparently it's at 2, so we just got the information. So I apologize, I just didn't see it because I just connected for this meeting. So
That's
now,
okay. We're all doing the very best we can. Appreciate you letting us know.
no, okay, great, that's great, thank you. So thanks for running through all of these as well. It's not that it's not useful, it's just that we're eager to get the next part.
We understand, absolutely.
The next person is Cheryl.
Hey there, this is Sherry. I am checking to see will our curriculum from Acellus will match our classroom curriculum. The reason I'm asking is that my daughter is signed up for geometry at Sunnyvale Middle. I don't see geometry being offered on Acellus as a middle school class, but it is being offered as a high school class. Will she be able to take that?
Yes, and your teacher will work through that curriculum with you.
Okay. Is there any extra class she could take? Because if that is the case, we have other classes we'd like to take as well.
Yes, those are the things you'll work through with your independent study teacher.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. We're going to take the last 5 hands that are raised so that we can proceed to the teacher sessions.
Victoria, you can talk. You're unmuted.
Hello, this is actually Max.
Okay.
Second question about geometry. We have emailed to Stephanie Malcolm, who is advisor for 8th grade. And she wrote back to us that unfortunately students in independent study programs are not able to participate in elective classes run by SMS Virtual School. I'm CCing to Mary Beth, who works with independent study programs. So the question is, are you sure that our son will be able to take geometry?
Yes, we will get the content that was aligned for his schedule at the middle school. So what I mean by that, if your student was scheduled to have that content this fall, we will align with the schedule that was intended for them at the middle school. With regards to electives, we have some electives within the Acellus, but if that doesn't work, then your teacher will work with you on the best way to get that. However, you will not be taking electives through the virtual school model.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
The next person is Julie Smith. Please unmute yourself and you can talk.
Yes, hi. Excuse me, I apologize. We have also not received an invite from my son's teacher and have absolutely no information on anything at all. I did have something that was very confusing come across. I got an invite on Class Dojo from Bishop where he does not go. So
yeah, I know some of you got added on to our rosters a little bit later. So what I'm going to do is if anyone else has these questions, stay on when we're done and we will try to redirect you to where you should go and which teacher if you have not already received that information.
okay, and then what about that we were sent an invite on Class Dojo to Bishop? Would that be because his teacher is a Bishop teacher, or because he definitely doesn't go there?
Without knowing your son or daughter, I'm not sure, but if you hang on, we'll try to get you the information that you need. You may have gotten that because you might have been on both rosters until it was all solidified since we've had a few transitions.
Awesome. Okay, thank you so much.
You're
And
welcome.
I do know that your son's teacher is actually a Bishop teacher, your son's independent study teacher, so it might be from her.
Pardon?
Your student's teacher is a Bishop teacher.
Oh, she is.
So it might be from her.
Okay, I tried to open it and there was like, it just redirected to some other random stuff. So,
Okay, so we will be sure to get that over to you. So if you can just hold on just a moment, we want to connect you.
okay, great. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. We'll take two more and then we want to have the parents to transition to their teachers.
Okay. The next person is Jason. Jason, you can unmute yourself.
Jason?
I think we lost
I
him.
think we lost Jason. I think we have one more because some of these added after, so we can start with the one and then we will release the others.
Okay, so the next person is Arya Janketi.
Hi, yeah, this is actually Deepa. I'm Arya's mom. I have a question about the textbooks. So my husband picked up the Geometry 1 and 2 and the planner yesterday from SMS. So are we expected to receive any textbooks, or everything is through Chromebooks only?
It will be blended and that will be in accordance with how the teacher is structuring their weekly lessons. But there will be blended learning both online and through texts and materials.
Okay, I mean, is there a time frame that we will be getting a call from school to pick up the textbooks?
We are going to work through those schedules. Our goal is that by Monday, everyone has the materials and textbooks and materials that they need.
Sounds good. And one other thing is my son received, an email from Mr. Martinez, his teacher, but we haven't received, the parents did not receive a link from him. Is there a way we can email him back? Should we email him back or are they on his, on their way?
Okay. Mr. Miller, do we have a link for Mr. Martinez?
Yeah, I can share that.
Okay. We will share that in the box now so you can see that.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I will take one last one, and anyone who needs to stay because you're not clear on where you need to go, please stay on and we will try to support you. Teachers, if you're on, I would say go ahead and go to your session so you're prepared for teachers coming. For parents coming, sorry.
The next person is from Conda family.
Yes, hi. I have a very quick question. So I'm curious if all students within this program, within a given grade level, will have or will be on the same assignment schedule on a weekly basis. That way, even if our kids are with different teachers and different classes, we can take advantage of that pod system and get them together to do the work.
Within the program or between this program and the virtual school?
No, within the program, within the grade level.
The teachers are working to collaborate, but because it is individualized, there could be a little bit of difference, but they are working to align. So if that is something that's really important to you, be sure you point that out and have that discussion with your teacher.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, so with that, parents, you can transition to your teacher sessions. You should have received a link, so we're going to give a few moments for that to happen. If for some reason you did not get that, we're going to hang here to support families who may need a link. Okay, people are transitioning now, Shamila, so if you want to call on a few, because we have a few raised hands, we can begin with those families as people are transitioning.
Yes, Tasha. Jen Urano, you can unmute yourself.
Hi, this is Jen. I just wanted to thank you so much for everything you said about social emotional learning. I'm sure that you all in your individual families are, having stress due to this pandemic situation. I'm really nervous about like the time requirements because my kids are more advanced and we can get a lot done in a shorter amount of time. So it seems like there's two messages. One is like, you got to do all these assignments and you got to make sure you're spending 4 whole hours each day working and, but yet we want to support you and make it not stressful. So like, maybe this is more of a question for the individual teacher, but I know a lot of us are just really nervous about that.
Absolutely. Very good question. The way we're looking at that is learners, of course, learn at different rates. And so the teachers are trying to plan with the average in mind. Some students, it might take them a little bit longer than what we thought. Some students might go through it much quicker. So they're planning with the average in mind. So if you finish quicker than what they thought, that doesn't penalize against you because they're assigning in a way that will give you the instructional minutes per week that is required by the state. But if you finish early, it's not like they're going to then pile on more. But what a teacher might do is realize that maybe that work, you need something maybe a little bit more challenging or look at it a little bit different way, because we do want students to be engaged in learning for a percentage of their day.
Thank you. I understand that. And I just, yeah, of course, the parents are the ones that know their kids the best. And I think the parents of kids that are doing independent study are the ones that are able to be more engaged and hands-on with the learning. So I really appreciate not being like, dictated to exactly how we have to spend our time at home. That's why we chose this program. So thanks. I'm just a little fearful about that, but I appreciate you listening and understanding that, yeah, we all have stresses and things going on. And yes, thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. The next person is Erickson.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yes, sorry.
Hello.
I just needed some information on a student. I'm getting mixed messages. His teacher believes he's in independent study. He's a first grader and he was on the wait list, but yesterday she called me and said he was now enrolled in independent study. So I don't know if you have a new teacher that has been assigned for first grade that you just barely hired, or if there's a miscommunication. Did you want the student name?
How many on? I would prefer,
Or is there a way, I'm just curious for the first grader, he was on a wait list and their school thinks he's enrolled, but I haven't received an email from a teacher.
that's fine. Give us the name and we can send you a link.
Okay, it's William Erickson. We're at Lakewood Elementary.
We will take a look and just a bit and get back to you.
Okay, yeah, I just was getting mixed messages from his school teacher at the school said he's enrolled, but I didn't receive an email, so I just wanted to check on that.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The next person is Ashley.
Yes, hi. I just need to know who my son's teacher is and get the link for the meeting that's already started. I never received an email from the teacher.
Mila, can you copy the links in this? And I think they will be able to get it. Just copy them all.
Yes, I will do that now, Tasha.
Okay.
The next person is Jassy. Jassy, you can unmute and talk.
Where are you guys going to post the links for the teacher meeting?
I think we've been putting them in the,
I can add it in the chat window now, Tasha.
okay. And you'll be able to link from there.
From the chat window?
Yes.
Okay.
And the one last person is Julie Smith.
Yes. I didn't, oh, I accidentally raised my hand. I apologize. But I still haven't received a link for my son's teacher for the meeting.
And who's your student's teacher?
I have no idea. I have.
Oh, you don't have that either. I'm sorry. Okay.
No. Yeah, I have
Brink.
no information.
I just posted it. It's Miss Brink.
Miss
Okay.
If you
Brink,
can-
and where is
if you can
that?
put all the links, then I can help.
Oh, is this it right here under my question, the join the Zoom meeting? One tap mobile. Okay.
That is for the teacher. The teacher's name is at the bottom. That's for Miss Kylie Morales. I will send you the link for Miss Brink.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Looks like we have 2 new hands.
Mustafa, yes.
Oh, hey. We didn't receive the Zoom link for the teacher for my daughter.
Could you please tell us your student's name, please?
She's in the 3rd grade and she's going to Churchase Elementary School. Her name is Ekin Ispir, E-K-I-N. Last name is I-S-P-I-R.
So your teacher is Miss Brink, and you can click on the link that is posted in the chat window.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
The next person is Jassy. Do you have anything to add? Michaela?
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. My daughter's name is Michaela. She's a 4th grader at Fairwood. And I didn't get any email regarding who her teacher is. Or it might be, like the other lady said, we got something late would it be Donald Pearson?
Yes, that is correct.
And how do I get in touch with him? There's no will we be using the same link, the passcode for the webinar?
I think that link has been posted in the chat and you're able to click that and you should be able to get into his meeting.
Okay. What link am I supposed to be?
No, sorry, Tasha. That is
Okay.
for Miss Brink. I will get Mr. Pearson's link in a minute, and I'll post it in the chat.
Okay.
Thank
Sounds good. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next person is Linda.
Hi, I received no email from my daughter. Her name's Rosalinda Orozco, first grade.
Could you repeat which school your child goes to?
It's Bishop.
So Tasha, this is the, I think Kara is taking care of that call. I do not have that link right now, but I can text her and get that link.
Okay, my sister is Jazzy, and she says she's having trouble connecting to tell you her daughter's name. And she's a Jasmine Torres, third grade Bishop.
That is Miss Brink, and I can post the link again in the chat window.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Ashley, do you still have a question? If so, you can unmute yourself and share.
Yes, I do not know my son's teacher, so I would not be able, I do not know which link to click on. For Christian Calvert-Adams from SMS.
It's Miss Cherry.
Miss Robin Cherry, yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Miss Alma.
Okay, and that link will be posted shortly, or?
Yes, I will post the link right now.
Okay, great, thank you.
You're welcome. Michaela, do you still have a question? Michaela, do you still have a question? If so, you can unmute yourself.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm seeing all these links that she's posting on here, but it doesn't link to who it belongs to, which teacher. There's no connection. You know what I'm saying? So my teacher's my daughter's teacher is Donald Pearson. I see all these links, but it doesn't indicate if he's linked to any of these um, link that she's posting.
I'm sorry, Tasha, I do not have Donald's link.
Okay.
Let me look real quick. Let me look and see if I can get that real quick. Can you check? Can you answer the remaining questions?
Yeah. How do we determine if it belongs to him? Because there's no name that we see on these links.
On the links that I have been posting in the chat, right before the link, the teacher's name is posted.
Okay. All right. I just didn't see him. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Did
wait
you
for
get
it.
an email? Have you checked your email? He sent out email links. Did you get that by any chance?
I just got an email from him just introducing himself. I didn't there's no link whatsoever.
Yeah,
It's
if
just
you
an
go
email.
yeah, look further down in his email, and towards the end of his message, he includes the link to his meeting today.
Okay. So would it be too late for him for a meeting with him, or we can?
No, go ahead and go over. Some of the teachers are going to hang in a little bit. I will try to message to him and let him know you're on your way.
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
I'm going to try to chat him now.
He's not responding, Tasha.
Okay, okay.
I think he's in the Zoom call, so he's not responding.
Okay, I have his Zoom call, so I'm going to switch over and let him know. Okay. Are you okay here? I'm going to switch over.
Yes.
I think we're down to two more here.
4 attendees, and let me just check if Linda still needs anything. Linda, can you hear us?
Yes.
So are you waiting for the link for Mr. Pearson?
No, you said you couldn't find my daughter and that someone was going to look up.
Oh, sorry. Could you repeat the name again, please?
It's Rosa Linda Orozco.
She's in Bishop.
Yeah,
In
Bishop
Kara's-
first grade.
Yes.
In Kara's class.
Karis?
It'll be
Okay.
Miss Mosqueda.
Yeah. Okay. Just give me a minute. Let me get the link for you. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Thank you. It's okay.
Okay. Let's see, we have a few more. I was able to send a message to Don to let him know that parent is on their way. Okay,
I'm just waiting for Kara to give me her link and I will post it in Tasha. That's for Rosa Linda.
Is that for both Ashley and Jazzy?
That is for Rosa Linda. So Linda, if you click on the link that I just posted in the chat window, you should be able to join with your class teacher.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for your patience. Okay, we still have 2 hands remaining.
One of them is for Mr. Donald Pearson's Zoom link, Tasha.
Okay, I can put that in.
Thank you.
Uh-oh. Okay. This information is for Mr. Pearson. You should be able to dial on this and log into his session. Can we confirm for Jazzy and Ashley that they have what they need?
So the one we just posted is for Ashley. And let me check with Jazzy. I think she left, Tasha. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We still have Ashley needing a question, has a question.
Yes, I tried to follow the link before and it took me to a different teacher. And so I'm just having a lot of issues and I went back on and all the chat has been wiped out. So I can't find that link again.
Could you?
For Miss Cherry.
For
Miss Cherry.
Yes, please.
Okay. Yes, just I can post it right now.
And do we know if there's a reason why we're not, some people aren't getting communication from the teachers while others are?
I think everyone sent out the communication, but we have 2 situations. We had some people who were in independent study who moved off and then new people moved in. So I think we're just in a transition of those moving in and on, and it may not have made it on their final list. So it'll end up by the end of the week, but we just had people moving on and off. And I think that's where the disconnect may have come from.
Okay, but we will get communication from them.
Yes, if you haven't already, you will. It will just be sure it gets cleaned up.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And do let us know if you have any other problems.
Okay, I will. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Miss Cherry's link is posted in the chat. So Ashley, you should be able to log into that call.
Thank you.
I see a message from Jazzy. Jazzy, what's your student's name?
I think he's logged in through the phone call. I'm trying to allow him to talk, but it just deletes his name off from the list. Jazzy, do you want to post your question in the chat? I did try that, Tasha. I tried to move him into the panel list. It doesn't allow me to do that.
Okay.
Jasmine Torres.
Can you have Jazzy to maybe call a number so we can?
Jasmine
There we
Torres
are.
is from Bishop. She is with Miss Brink, and I will post the link in the chat window now. Miss Brink's Zoom link is posted in the chat window, so you should be able to join the class.
Espanol?
Yes. I'm trying to translate it though. Jilma, you can unmute and talk. Yes, you're unmuted. You can talk.
Sí, buenas tardes.
Can you hear us?
Hola.
Let's see if we can get the number so we can call her back.
Okay.
So I had someone online, but they've left. Is anyone there near you that we could pull in, Sharmila?
Vamos, yo que lo estamos de más bonito que vaya. Yo ya uno cero. That's a question you'd understand. You're very professional. It's a lot.
Jilma, is there a student there who can talk to us? We apologize.
¿Sí me escucha?
What grade is your student?
Alexander.
Alexander, which school?
Lakewood.
Lakewood, okay.
Alexander Pollón. ¿Tiene traductor? Disculpe.
Your teacher's name is Miss Allison Moon. I will post the Zoom link in the chat window.
Allison?
Miss Allison Moon.
The email is Kaylee. Kaylee Morales.
Oh, okay. Just give me 1 second.
Yes.
Okay, I will post the link there. So if you click on the link, it will take you to your teacher's Zoom meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Miss Van Mauer.
Yes, you can unmute yourself and talk.
Hello.
Oh,
Oh my
And I would
God.
tune in and gain some knowledge since I had a little break right now.
Oh, okay, very good.
Yeah, no questions. Just was working on Dispro and thought I would pop in.
Okay, very good.
I didn't catch the very beginning.
Okay.
Whew, a lot of
Okay.
details.
Yes, lots of